Good morning, Choopy. Good morning. First person I saw alive, the Choopster. And then Big Al Niffy, Sandy. Good morning, Sandman. And who else? Good morning, Free Free. A little tea music in the morning. Checking out maybe a squat specimen while you guys say good morning to each other. Good morning to each other. There should be a lot of good mornings going back and forth. That's squat, Nick. Squat Milmac. Same thing that we've been showing you the freeze dried of, but this was a gigantic specimen and we actually dehydrated it. Remember the other ones that we have over there? Boop. We're still packaging those. Good morning, everybody. What a fine day it is. Are you pushing your like buttons? 25 people, 13 likes. That's like 51%. Really? 51% people actually like being here. Really? Oh, Sandy, I'd love to go with you. Seriously, and those kids. You're heading over to Dollywood? Okay. Check your Cash App later for the kids. Shh. What do you guys think of that? What do you think about that, Justin? Okay, Med Rosie. Good morning, CCS. Are we beans or beings? Sometimes I feel like a bean. Sometimes I feel like a nut. You guys want me to give you an old-time kitty one? Beans, beans, the wonderful fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So let's have beans for every meal. Boop. What? So you're tooting. Big deal. Right, Nip? Beans, beans! The wonderful fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. Let's have beans for every meal. With that, we'll go Pops Live. With that, I hope that was divine. With that, we're going to go Pops Live. Boop. Oh, what happened with Sharon? Beans, beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more... See, we didn't have to say the F word, though. We were able to say toot. Fruit toot. The more you fruit, the more you toot. The more you toot, the more you fruit. Kids love the word toot. Did you ever know that? Check it out. Say toot to anyone under 10 years old. Good morning, Ethan. You guys are throwing Ethans? Ethan, we when you're new here, we give you chocolate donuts. First day. Boop. We save them because you don't get any more. Welcome, Ethan. Nice to have you here, my friend. We have some fun stuff to discover today together. But let's do a professor. Wait, where is he? Hold on a minute. The professor got a little bummed yesterday because he wasn't in the show and he was supposed to be in the show. So he took it out on us, trust me. Okay, music's too loud, Pops. Okay, you guys ready? We're going to do a professor's quotes. No, Professor Proverbs, excuse me. Professor Proverbs. Ethan, look at all those donuts everybody's given you. Congratulations. Professor's Proverbs. Okay? You guys ready? Ethan is our son. Oh, that's my favorite Ethan right there. Ethan! Have fun at Dollywood. Have fun at Dollywood, kiddo. I love that guy. Ethan can fish. I'm telling you guys right now, I handed him a pole. He handed us back 14 fish in about 2 hours. The baby Sandman is in town. Baby Sandy. Ethan. Professor, you guys ready? Ethan, are you ready? We're going to do a professor's Proverbs. Okay, you guys ready? Now, you guys know what happens is I show you a proverb. The professor thinks he's Mr. Travel, agent of the world, and Ethan cannot have a bowl. No. Ethan will stay impeccable. Ethan can pack a bowl, but not it. Okay? Be like my little sister. She was 12. She was packing bowls for me. She wasn't emming them yet. Okay? Impeccable, right? Are you guys ready? Give me 5 people that say they're ready for the professor's proverb. And after CCS, I'm not kidding. He can pack a bowl, but he can't it. Okay, Isaac says he's ready. Holly's ready. Sean says, come on, Pops, would you just do the proverb? So the first person, if 2 or 3 say it super fast, I'll do a spin-off. Okay, if 2 or 3 of you get it like right away, I'll do a spin-off. If it takes a few to get it, you'll move forward. Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm doing is I'm reading. Professor's going to read you. The professor's going to read you a quote from some country in the world. Not a quote, a proverb. A proverb from some country in the world. You guys are going to guess which country it is. Okay? Remember that this is according to the sources online. Don't get picky pots. That came from Bulgaria. That was originally an Ethiopian. We're going to go with what the online says. Okay? Here we go. So, Professor wants you guys to get this one. You ready? Join with good men, and you will be one of them. Go. Join with good men, and you will be one of them. Okay, Nick says Spain, England, China. Guess once too, please. Just guess once. Don't guess a million times. Guess once. Give yourself a chance to look it up. Grace, Venezuela. Paige says Venezuela. Paige is absolutely right. It's another Venezuelan proverb. Paige has it correct. We're going to pick Paige. Picking Paige to move forward. What do you think, Professor? We found out it's not a Gambian. It's not from Gamba. Okay, it's Paige. I tried to trick you, Paige, by doing 2 Venezuelans in a row, but I didn't trick you for a second, did I? I didn't trick you for 1 second. Okay? Now, before we go further, and I'm going to, Paige, let me see. Watch this. Paige moves forward to the list. Ladrand, Niffermama, Satterwolf, Paige. Okay? Those are our qualified so far. Paige, I didn't trick you. But, do you like the quote? It sounds like a T-Crew quote to me. When I read this, I said, that sounds exactly like T-Crew. You join with T-Crew and you'll become one of them. What? A sarcastic stoner? Which one? Or a seeker? Healers. Join with good men. Basically, isn't this the same thing as saying, that like birds of a feather stick together? Is this sort of a, is that a birds of a feather stick together kind of a thing? Help me out. You are who you hang with. You'll get a haircut if you keep, you'll get a haircut if you keep going to the barbershop. You go to the barbershop every day, you'll get more haircuts than most people. What if you're trying to stay sober and you go to the bar? What if you're trying to become a healer and you go to the tea crew? You are the sum of what you surround yourself with. The funny part about that, CCS, is we have our choices on that too, don't we? Like, see, I didn't get to choose my brothers, my sisters, even though I love them. I don't hang around them. We're different. I hang around CCS. I wait for Sandy and Carlotta to please come visit Pops. That's a tea crew proverb. I think from now on, we're gonna say, instead of that came from Venezuela page, they kept telling me you're gonna buy a new car. I'm surprised you didn't though, because that's exactly idea. Page, from now on, we're gonna call that quote from the Detroit Mush Lab instead of from Venezuela. Deal? Deal. I got a couple of fun factos. I was studying my Terence McKenna last night. Do you guys do that? It took on take page. That's hilarious. All right, I didn't do it in 6. I did it in 9. That's like I did. My haircut was on the 4th day instead of the 3rd day. Right? It's like, oh, it took me 1 extra day to get the haircut. What are the fattest? What animal on our planet? What animal on our planet has the highest percentage of fat? Butterballs. Which animal? We're going to do a couple of rando factos. It leads into, I was studying my Terence McKenna last night, and I got to thinking about ostriches. So we'll talk about that. What kind of whale, Holly? Trip and Vic, what kind of whale? Free, what kind of whale? Because whale's the right answer. Isaac nailed it. It's the blue whale. The blue whale. Listen to this. 35% of its body weight is fat. Since they can weigh up to 180 tons, that means they have 63 tons of fat. You have got to be kidding me. 63 tons of blub on one little fella as he's like swimming. Whoa. 63. Another question for you. Here's a question for Rando Facto. If you're a criminal, we aren't here, of course, but if you were, and you know, we can think like criminals. Pops tells you I think like a criminal all the time and I have to keep my mind clean. If you're a criminal, and you have to have one, you can pick one kind of animal to help you on your capers. This one animal will be your criminal conspirator, might even be better at it than you. Which animal would you pick? You'd pick a dolphin? Dolphin would go out there and do some stealing with you? Crows. Crows would be probably a decent... a sloth whiskey, what's he going to do? He's the watcher? An eagle, a bear. RX wants a raccoon. That's a smart one. An octopus, a ferret. How's a penguin going to help me on a caper? Huh? Rat, that's a good one. See, rats can get in and out. Badgers, they're going to go to fight for you for sure. A lemur, a lion. A lion, you're going to see it coming, you're going to run. Anthony's going raccoon. Indrid's saying monkeys. A fox, that's kind of smart, right? Foxes are smarty pantsers. They get in and out of the chicken coop. What's the best animal? What's the best animal? A trained raccoon. Who said that one? Paige, you're being all kinds of smart this morning. We already had RX and a few other people say raccoon. Listen to this. The answer is very clearly raccoon. Hands down, boom. Raccoons are the most... Well, look at them. They already are wearing their outfit. Am I right? They're already wearing their bandito. What do they call it? A mask. They're already... They literally... Nature says, you are a rotten little thief. You're going to wear a mask from birth. They are masked little... Raccoon is by far the answer. How would you like to be born with a mask? You have no choice. You have to be a bad guy. Think about it. How do we know? Raccoons are extremely, this is what it says in Rando Facto. Raccoons are extremely intelligent creatures. We haven't done enough, there's not raccoonologists out there. We haven't done enough EKGs on their brains and stuff, but I think raccoons are as smart as dogs or smarter. Raccoons are like up there with pigs or smarter. And this page, their amazing ability with their hands. Raccoons are cool. Real quick, let's jump backwards. Whoever wanted a raccoon hat when they watched Daniel Boone? Whoever got one when they went to Knott's Berry Farm? Who wore a raccoon's hat all summer long and had a stick and he pretended it was his Kentucky rifle? No, I'm kidding. My poor mom, like a little 11-year-old kid, would go, where's my raccoon hat? What's your name? I'm Daniel. Or Davy Crockett, same guy. I'm not kidding you. Wake up, put your hat on. My poor mom. She had 6 kids. One was really weird. The other, they were normal. This one, I'm wearing a raccoon hat and we're going around taking everybody's inventory. Don't sin. We're supposed to be holy. You're 8. Go outside. Raccoons are extremely intelligent creatures. They can open complex locks in under 10 tries. I can't even do that. First of all, I don't do it 10 times. After the 5th try, I quit and I get my lock cutter. Okay? Boop. They're like, I'll give it another try. They can open complex locks in under 10 tries. Little mascot, he's like, try number 1. His friends next to him, try no, that didn't work. What do you want to go? Number 3, go for number 3. And they're going to be fast at it too. Okay? I had one unzip my tent. Gutty, you did not. You're just now making that up. You are making zip. It's looking in there. Like checking on you? They did not. Big Al. He went to South America and found raccoons without masks. Wait. They open complex locks in under 10 tries. And they even repeat the process if the locks are rearranged or turned upside down. I'm going to fake them out this time. I'm turning it upside down. Next. I did that one in under 10 too, pal. How about this one? They solved the problem. Figured it out. Open the lock. Their friends, come on in. Come on, bring everybody in. They can remember the answer to the problem, to the solution for up to 3 years. Hey, you remember the Somerville house? Remember the combination? Yeah, wasn't that 22, 6, and 4 left? 22 right, 6 left, 4 right. That's it, let's go. Really? It doesn't matter if you changed it or you turned it upside down. They're getting in. A raccoon? Pretty damn cool, right? Big Al knows all about him. Big Al, you've been raising him down there in South America. Little lock-picking son of a sieves. Oh boy. What's the most efficient swimmer in the ocean? Efficient. Uses the least amount of oxygen. We're having so much fun. We'll talk about raccoons all day. I could do it. What? Who leaves? Who? It's not an octopus. It's not the mermaid lady. It's Niffer's got it. It's jellyfish. Jellyfish. Jellyfish are the most ocean's most efficient swimmers. They consume 48% less oxygen than any other swimming animal. I could do it in half my breath. Jellyfish looks up and she goes, "Meh. I could do it in half my breath that you use. I'll consume 48% less than you do." Wow. You know what else they do? They're pretty creepy. Don't ask one for dinner. This isn't a dinner guest. Not in an appropriate home. Especially if you're going to have a formal dinner. You don't want one at your formal dinner. JC, Matthew says that means they can take huge bong hits. You're so wrong, dude. I expected that from Australia. Why don't you want a jellyfish at your formal dinner? They use the same orifice for eating as they do for pooping. We have to stop and think about that. How do you have one for dinner? You eat in the outhouse. What do you do? I don't get it. What's going on there? I don't get it. I'm freaking out. Can a flying squirrel fly? I don't want to think about it anymore, moms. I'm gonna leave there. Just not invite them to dinner. Let's not invite them to even a mush fest. I don't want to think about it. Can a flying squirrel fly? I lost. He already knows the answer. Cobalt does too. So, no, Pops, they're not flying. They're gliding. They're soaring. How far? How far? Easily the length of a football field. They're going right by Aaron Rodgers, soaring right past Tom Brady, heading straight into the Rams Stadium. They easily glide up to 295 feet. MVP, is that crazy? Flying squirrels. Okay, here's one more. Baby elephants. When you were a baby, did you suck your thumb? I didn't. I really didn't. I think I was out of my binky and I was done with that whole sucking thumb thing. But I had two sisters that did. One was like really bad. Like they were putting her thumb in pepper and they were doing all kinds of stuff to keep her from, and she was pushing her teeth out and she just could not stop. Every time you turned around, she had her thumb in her mouth. It's true. It was debilitating for her. And oh, my mom was always, get your tongue out there. You know, I don't think that they taught him how to do it right nor not do it. You know what I'm talking about, Laura? Thumb sucking. Of course, it's broken when you're younger and you move on. But there's times in people that spent an inordinate, and even every family has one of those kids, Adrian. We had one, my sister. Kobolds, I still do. I didn't do that. I didn't have that problem. But it's a real deal. I mean, thank you, Tin Can. I think she probably went till she was 12 or 13 too, and she was mortified of it too. But it was such a bad habit, and she wouldn't even go out to school events and stuff like that because she'd want to be at home. Why do I talk about that? Because baby elephants can be the same way. I didn't know this one. Elephants are a lot like us, actually. Did you know that baby elephants suck their thumb? Okay, it's not their thumb, it's their trunk. It is known that baby elephants suck on their trunks for pleasure, just like human babies suck on their thumbs. See, Jolie, you know what I'm talking about. And it's frustrating as a parent, but yeah. Baby elephants. Elephants can paint with a big old paw. I can't, that is so damn cute, Kristen. I can't take it. How does it suck on its trunk? How come it's not cute in a kid, but it's cute in an elephant? And here's one final thing. We're going to do this. It's going to be in the blink of an eye. Could you imagine having the ability to just boop, change in the blink of an eye? Today I am Caucasian. Tomorrow I'm going to be Mongoloid. The day after that, just anytime I feel it, now I'm Negroid. I'm gonna be Aborigine. I can change in the blink of an eye. Blink, there it is, just changed. Chameleons take just a little bit to get to morph into the color, right? Listen to this. In order to blend in with their surroundings, squids, octopus, and cuttlefish have the ability to change the color of their skin in the blink of an eye. Boop. I'm going into South Detroit now. Boop. Interesting. There's so many more interesting rando factos. And we have a ton more. But that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Ostriches. Did you know that there's a condition called ostrichitis? I was going to talk about making pills today, but I changed the subject overnight because I realized we're not going to make them. Too much work, too many additives. It's still fascinating, the process. But I'd like to talk about ostriches instead. You know what Terence McKenna tells us? Don't be an ostrich. He doesn't say it in those words. He doesn't say it in those words. Can you use ostrich feathers for stuff? What are ostrich feathers good for? Do ostriches really bury their head in the sand? Do you ever feel like burying your head in the sand? Ooh, yeah, I do. You know what? Where is it? It takes courage sometimes to not bury our head in the sand. It truly does. And sometimes we ask ourselves, what is courage? We don't really have a good definition, I think. I don't think. Let's talk about courage and then ostriches. It doesn't sound like an ostrich is very courageous. If you're going to go bury your head in the sand in the middle of a situation, is that courage? One would think that ostriches are not very courageous. One would think. Since courage, what's the true meaning of courage? Mental or moral strength to venture and persevere, withstanding danger, fear, or a difficulty. I'm afraid of something, I can withstand it. Courage is walking into something that you either fear, or it's going to be dangerous, or there's going to be difficulty. And you know that going in, but you're going. That takes courage. You're not going just because, I'm going because I'm courageous. You're going because you have a goal, but it takes courage to help you get there. Ostriches. Do they bury their head in the sand because they're cowards? Do they bury their heads in the sand at all? See, this is the kind of thing that I was told all my life. Don't be an ostrich. Don't bury your head in the sand. Don't ignore your problems. They're just going to get bigger. I was told that all my life, and the ostriches got all the blame. Ostrichitis isn't procrastination. Procrastination, you fully know what you're supposed to do, but you just put it off for a variety of mental health reasons. Ostriches are not doing that. Ostrichitis, by definition, ostrichitis is you ignore your problem, don't look at the problem, and it will go away. It's actually a mental health issue because logically and experientially, that never happens. You ignore something, it doesn't just boop, disappear. 9 out of 10 times it grew. You know that. You know who has ostrichitis? I was thinking about it last night as I was studying my ostrich message. You know who has ostrichitis? My dog, Ruff. He's really good at it. He can tuck his head into a blanket or a pillow or something like that, and absolutely nothing's going on, man. Nothing. Just up. I don't see a thing. He does that. He also thinks if I don't look at the camera, I try to take a picture of him, he'll look away. He won't make contact with the camera. Any camera. So you start pointing a camera at him, he freaks out. The camera will go away. That's a mental health issue. Paige, yours does the same thing. Why don't they want to be taken a picture of? They know you're taking a picture of them. Oh, no, please don't. Oh. They go ostrich on us. We have been misled for my whole lifetime. We have been misled. I'm Ronnie. Sharon sounds like Ronnie. You're bad. Ronnie better not be watching. Do ostriches bury their head in the sand? It's an article I just got through reading. Bury your head in the sand is a well-known idiom that means to ignore one's problems. If you bury your head in the sand, you can't see your problems. But that doesn't mean they'll go away. This idiom is largely attributed to the ostrich, which supposedly buries its head in the sand when predators are nearby. If I can't see them, they can't see me. Check this guy out. Nothing for thousands of yards around this guy but sand. Boop. Head in the sand. That's such a fantastic picture. I think I posted that on my IG. Okay, look at that. Sometimes you've told yourself that you're an ostrich. You're not. If you think burying your head in the sand and ignoring your problems is ostrich-like, you, my friend, could not be more wrong. Contrary to popular belief, due to the idiom, ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand. You ready? Who wants me to finish the article now? Big Al, I've been doing that about getting a job. Yeah, that's procrastination. Who wants me to finish the article now? Contrary to popular belief, this is in fact a myth. I didn't know that, I swear. I'm reading it, go, what? My whole life I've called myself an ostrich whenever I've avoided something. I was not an ostrich. I might have been a sloth. Contrary, ostriches do not bury their head in fat. This, in fact, is a myth. When it comes to defense, ostriches can be pretty ferocious birds who aren't afraid to throw their weight around. Ostriches can be exceptionally tall, at over 9 feet, very heavy, weighing up to 330 pounds. And in the case of the very largest males of common ostriches, they get to 330 pounds. They also have extremely powerful legs with large toes, 6 inches long. An ostrich kick can kill a large animal like a lion or a human. While lions and other African land predators do attack young and juvenile ostriches, it's hardly a one-sided fight. Ostriches are ferocious and territorial and have been known to mob and kill lions that they find stealing their eggs. Let's get them, guys! Oh, you're out! The ostriches are attacking the lion. You're out of here. Does this sound like an animal that buries its head in the sand in the face of danger? Read on to find out where that famous idiom came from. CCS hit on it a little there. The myth originated from the year 8023. There was a writer, Pliny the Elder, a Roman writer and philosopher. He wrote numerous books, and one of the most influential was Naturalis Historia, which translates as natural history. This enormous book covers zoology, among other subjects. Pliny wrote this about ostriches. See, one guy wrote about this right at 29 AD, 29 years after Jesus is dead. I'm going to write a book, and the rest of the world's going to believe me for the rest of the world. That's messed up. I believed it all the way to yesterday. I'm not kidding you. I had no idea. That's messed up. He wrote, they imagine when they have thrust their head and neck into a bush that their whole body is concealed. Pliny didn't accuse the ostrich of burying its head in the sand. So the modern day idiom probably came sometime after. To his credit, some of his observations weren't far off. While ostriches don't bury their head in the sand, they sometimes sit on the ground and stretch their neck across the ground when they feel in danger, probably to give themselves a low profile that blends in with the surrounding foliage. This may have been the behavior that inspired Pliny's writing. When do ostriches bury their head in the sand? They don't bury their head in the sand, but they partake in a few behaviors that make them look like this, including feeding and during the nesting season. For example, they frequently lean over to feed and extend their long necks towards the ground when doing so. From a distance, this may look like it's burying its head in the sand. But the behavior that most often is mistaken is when they build and maintain their nests. Ostriches build rudimental nests, which are basically hollows scraped out in the dirt. So when we see them with their head and they're doing something in the sand and they're creating a nest, they're not avoiding their problem. It's freaking me out. They're actually doing the exact opposite. They're building their family's nest. Don't be an ostrich. I want to be an ostrich. Once the eggs are laid, ostriches periodically reach into the nest and they turn the eggs over. This ensures that the incubation is even. The ground gets cold at night and the egg must be warmed up evenly. This might give the impression that the ostrich is reaching into a hollow in the ground or even burying its head. One of the reasons the term stuck is because it's a good way of describing human behavior, not ostrich behavior. To bury one's head in the sand means to ignore one's problem. The term means to avoid problems or contributions or confrontation. This is typically human behavior that most people can relate to. Ostriches don't avoid their problems. Give me 5 people that got interested by the ostrich. Pretty dang cool. Now you know something you didn't know. If you knew that, then you already knew. Pops did not know the ostrich isn't burying his head in the sand. Okay, that's not what he's doing. He's got more courage than most of us. And then when they attack a lion, that's awesome. Let's cover one more thing. Why did this even come up for me, ostriches? Because I don't want any of us to be one. Not the idiom one, or the avoider guy. The head in the sand guy, gal. That's even how we were programmed. That's a reprogram we put on ourselves. Nobody taught us when we were 4 years old, if you avoid something, it'll go away. That wasn't something that was even programmed into us by our culture and our society. You picked that one up on your own. The good news is when you pick them up on your own like that, they're the easiest to go away. You know how you make them go away? Use your courage. The reason that you're avoiding it is because of the pain or the fear or the difficulty or Didn't we talk about courage will help us go through that? Just use your courage. You know what's fun about courage? The more you use it, the more you have. Give me 5 people that get that. The more you use it, the more you have. Check this out. What's Terence McKenna say about courage? This is so neat. This is our favorite quote by far. I like the preamble to the quote. We all have heard this one quote quite a bit. But listen to, I'm going to read the whole thing, and then we're going to go back and we're going to pick it apart just a touch. Does that sound okay with you? Isaac's already there. Trevor's already there. Nature, Terence McKenna, nature loves courage. Pop's tagline is be nature. I guess I should say be courageous too. Be courageous and be strong. What's that song? Rod Stewart. Nature loves courage. And you think to yourself, what has she got to do with it? What? Nature's just an inanimate force. Really? Is that what you think? Nature loves courage. You make the commitment and nature will respond to that commitment by removing impossible obstacles. Dream the impossible dream, and the world will not grind you under. It will lift you up. See, this is the trick. This is what all these teachers and philosophers who really counted, who really touched the alchemical gold, this is what they understood. This is the shamanic dance in the waterfall. This is how magic is done. By hurling yourself into the abyss and discovering it's a feather bed. Terence McKenna. This is how magic is done. Hurling yourself into the abyss. Discovering you land on a feather bed. Nature loves courage. Nature loves ostriches. We just discussed it. Ostriches are courageous as can be. They're big, gigantic brutes, and they can one kick, boop, you're done. They don't run. They don't hide. When we think they're hiding, they're making baby nests. That is a courageous animal. You know what the fun part about it is? It has feathers. Has anybody ever heard of a bed made from ostrich feathers? I do it all the time. Especially the Aborigines. Think about that. You can take the courage of an ostrich and turn it into a feather bed. Some people are afraid to dream the impossible dream. Do you know that what we're doing here was an impossible dream 3 years ago? What we're doing here was an impossible dream 3 years ago, even 2. That we could have these kind of conversations on viral platform, being completely open, saying exactly what we think, not really being other than not stealing artist music, not even being censored, having the opportunity to let all of this information out, to grow and learn and become, to build a network to build a network, to have a grow house that's all dedicated to that and that alone, to have laboratories, to have students, to have licenses that we're pursuing. Anybody else who was dreaming, people would have said, oh, that's impossible. That's never going to happen. The world will grind you under if you try that dream. No, it won't. You have to pursue the dream. It said right at the beginning, you make the commitment, and nature removes the impossible obstacles. You think you're doing it? You think, oh, by the might of my goodness and kindness. Nature says that is a good program right there. They're spreading more of me. Nature's out there removing obstacles I don't even know are. You have to believe. You have to believe in magic to perform it. You have to believe. This is the trick. This is the alchemical principle sought after by philosophers for ages. How do you turn this junk into gold? Well, you have a tea crew. You can't do anything alone. The more people and the more energy and the more goodness and the more kindness, nature's looking at that going, that's a good deal. I need to remove some more of the obstacles over there. I need to have a little less contam in his house. You think nature says that to me? Beep. You keep working as hard as you're working, Pops, and we're going to keep your tubs a little cleaner. She helps me. Obstacles used to be in my mind. They're being naturally removed from microdosing. Nature loves courage. It's courageous to start one tub. It's courageous. You could sit back and, I wish I could do it, and I'm going to buy it from this guy. I'm going to get it. Try a tub. Nature loves that you're trying. Usually your first or second tub, you get like bang up stuff too. Because she's like, this is cool. I'm going to take care of this guy. Then you got to struggle through the tough patch. 6 or 8, 9 months of, oh my God, this isn't what I thought it was going to. It happens to every one of us. And then all of a sudden, boom, you hit the zone. Then boom. And you think you did it. And you forget that nature was helping all along. She really is. I couldn't grow a thing in this whole situation if nature wasn't involved. If she didn't somehow, and I don't know, I'm not anthropomorphizing it, I'm not making her a person. It's a force that is beyond my ability to understand. But it's clear that it works. Nature loves courage. You make the commitment, and nature will respond to that commitment by removing impossible obstacles. Make the commitment, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be growing mushrooms. It could be anything. I want to be a better guitarist. I want to be a long-distance runner and get into the Boston Marathon. That it's going to take nature. It's going to take your lungs. It's going to take grow your muscles. It's going to take a whole nother level of athleticism. If you make the commitment, nature will help you get there. Duh. This is the trick. Dream the impossible dream, and the world will not grind you under. You know how many of us have a victim mentality? We come to our games with the victim mentality. Poor me. I'm sort of a victim. I've been picked on a lot. They're going to do it again. I better hold in to myself and don't, oh my God, don't let them really know who I am. I'm sort of a victim. Nature doesn't really handle victimology. You know what a victim is? That's a dead corpse. You know what nature does with victims? Composts them. Turns them into something else. Grows flowers out of them. Nature doesn't do victims. Pops doesn't do victims. I don't like victims. I don't like people that feel sorry for themselves. I avoid them. They're human. They have a right to whatever. They're not adding a damn thing to my life. Remember what our very first quote was? You hang around the people you want to be like. You hang around the people you want to be like. Winners. Courageous people. People that make commitments and watch nature help them overcome impossible obstacles. I'll give you an example. Why one of the reasons I love this man. Sandy made a commitment. You guys don't know all of his stories. I don't know it all either, but I can tell you he's got a lot of obstacles. Nature removes them. I watch nature remove obstacles for him. He tells me about it. It's just an example. There's a million examples around us. So for us to not believe this is ostrichitis, mental health issue. This is the trick. You make a commitment and you follow through. The best part about it is it takes courage. You get more. It keeps coming. This is the trick. People, how do you do it? There's one simple trick. Be courageous. Don't be an ostrich. Not the one we know about now, but the idiom ostrich. What was with Jolie? What's she saying? Oh my gosh, Jolie, well, sorry to hear that. Sincerely. Alchemical gold. Through centuries, people were trying to turn whatever, mercury or this composition or that or that. They didn't have TV, they didn't have an internet, they didn't have anything. Where's gold come? We're going to make the most valuable thing in the world. They're trying. I can't even tell you through history the amount of probably human labor or concentration was spent stupidly on trying to turn something into gold. Of course, we find out that it can't happen. Kim would teach it in her physics class. Well, we find out what real alchemical gold is your courage turning into your goal. Final thing, I'm not flexing, I promise. Just using myself as an example again. Try believing that this impossible dream that I'm in, was going to start 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I didn't know a single person on the internet. 3 years ago, I started my IG, this coming to September 7th. September something. It'll be 3 years that I started my IG page and I reached out for the first time. And here we are. You know what it's going to be like in 3 more years? Final thought. I was watching this morning on CNN. CNN. Clearly a fairly liberal news platform. And they've been doing a really neat job recently, if you pay attention, on their coverage of psilocybin mushrooms. And I keep watching it and going, wow, media's really, they're shaping social opinion here in the United States. Of course, they're doing it because there's money behind it and Big Pharma's going to make money off the end of the deal, but we don't care about that part. The part we care about is people having more knowledge and contact with a healthy medicine. So check this out. We'll have more information, or just you can look it up yourself. CNN Sunday night is going to have an hour-long program. Their program, they do it every Sunday night. They have a program, an hour-long program, and they pick some relevant social topic and they cover it. It's a TV show called The Whole Story. I believe it's that Anderson guy, what's his name? I believe he's the host of it. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. The Whole Story, CNN, Sunday night. They're going to talk about how mushrooms, the whole program is about magic mushrooms and how they're developing and what's going on in our world today relative to magic. They're calling it magic mushrooms. Magic mushroom, hour-long show on Sunday, CNN. Let's tune in. I'll tune in and see what that Anderson Cooper. There you go, Sharon. Thank you. I'm going to check that out. But think about it. The reason I mention it isn't because I'm trying to get CNN subscribers, as much as I'm saying, look how far we've come. A few years ago, we called it an impossible dream. And that's happening because of people like you and me in the grassroots. See, CNN wouldn't care. They wouldn't put on a program like that if it wasn't set Sharon's got it set to record. If it wasn't coming up from everywhere, bubbling up, and they're like, hey, this is an interesting, this will get us some. Why would they put a program on like that? Because they want viewership. Guess what? They know what they're doing. They know a program like that's going to get them viewership. So, hurl yourself into the abyss, and you will find what I am finding here. Let me ask you guys this. I'm going to stop. I got to do a giveaway. Does it feel like Pops hurled himself into an abyss when he began this thing 3 years ago? Does it seem like that from your point of view? A simple yes or no. Does it seem like Pops hurled himself into an abyss? You guys are answering absolutely correctly. Let me ask one final question before I end. Does it look like, again, you guys don't know, you don't know all the ins and outs, but at the end of the day, does it look like he hurled himself into an abyss? Yeah, it kind of does. Does it look like I landed on a feather bed or a bed made of spike and iron? What does my bed look like to you guys? This bed. It's pretty feathery. It's pretty damn feathery. Made out of ostrich feathers, Joey. Pretty damn feathery. And why I'm bringing myself as an example for that, just say, don't think this doesn't work. That's the magic. That's the trick. You got to hurl yourself. You got to make the commitment. You got to be nature and let her remove the obstacles. Let's do this giveaway. I need to get, thank you for listening to me this morning. Thank you very, 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 very much. We talked about Terence McKenna. We talked about courage. We understood and explored the life of ostriches, who I love ostriches more than ever. Before I thought an ostrich was a coward. Now I think an ostrich can kill a lion anytime it feels like it. Boop, kick it right in the head. That's a pretty neat thing. In 24 hours, I completely changed my idea of an ostrich, right? You know what? It's important to admit when you're wrong. Somebody tell the president that. It's just, you know what? All of his problems would have gone away if he'd just admitted when he was wrong, instead of holding on to it. I can't be wrong. Leadership is not about being right. It isn't. Leadership is, you shouldn't be a leader if all you care about is being right. You can only be, the leader needs to think of the people first. You have to think of, if you're not serving the people, then you're not leading. Then you're taking from them. Give me 3 numbers between 1 and 50. Go. You can answer 3 times on one line. 3 answers, and please only give me 3 at first. So what do we have? What do we have? I'm looking for the number. So far, I haven't seen it. I'm looking for service first, Matthew. Service first, last, and always. That's leadership. I'm still looking for the number. I'm still looking for the number. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking for one person to have this number correct. Let's get one person to have this number correct. Here we go. I still haven't seen it. Keep going. 3 answers per line. Here we go. And we're getting close. I still haven't seen the number. Nobody has answered the number yet. We haven't answered yet. We're still, there it is, Adrian. Adrian Miggins. Adrian Miggins said 21. You're the first 21 I've seen. There's a 21 right there, Adrian. Adrian Miggins. Real quick, I'm going to give you an option, Adrian. Hold on. Hold on. My friend, you're getting an option. Okay, Adrian, here we go. I could either, Adrian, nice job. We're going to do this one more time, so stick around. One more today, okay? Adrian, I could either put your name on the spin to win list for this Friday for getting a chance to win a really big box, or guess what I could do, Adrian? You could take your win now. I'll send you 1 gram of freeze-dried squat. That's what I'll send you, and you don't get to put your name on the list. So you'll take 1 gram now or a chance to win a big box. Which one would you prefer? Moral decisions. Which one would Adrian prefer? You can get an automatic guaranteed winnow, or you can move forward with the other opportunities. Adrian, which does he want? Which does he want? Do you want now? But I love how all of you guys are like, if I had the choice, what is he doing? What's Adrian doing? Adrian, which did you choose? I'm sorry. I'm Heart and Pops. Hook me up with the freeze dried. You got it. Send me your address, thedetroitmushlab.net, and I'll send this to you. We now have another open slot left by Adrian. Let's fill it. Give me three numbers between 1 and 50. The first person to get it right will get the same opportunity Adrian just got. Go. Go. Go, go, go. All right. Let's see. So far, I haven't seen the number. Kill it. Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson with the 15. 15. Derek Anderson. Derek, the big time D guy. Derek. Derek Anderson. Which do you want? Do you want to move forward to Friday's spin to win round? Or do you want, not this one, I'll get you another one, but a 1 gram supplement of freeze dried. Derek Anderson, it's your choice. Derek gets to either pick his now, eat it now, or eat it later. Derek's going for the spin to win. Good job. I mean, great. Is it fun that you guys get a choice? And let me ask you guys that real quick. Is it fun that I give Pops a choice? I should have done it earlier on the other 3 people. Is it fun that I'm giving you choice? Huh? Let me back up. If Paige is still here, Paige, you get a choice. Paige, I put your name down, but if you want me to send you a 1 Grammy instead, I'll do that. You decide which one you want. Do you want to stay on this list, or do you want me to cross you out and send you a 1 Grammy? A guaranteed 1 gram freeze-dried squat. Okay, that's how we're going to do it this week. Paige says stay on the list. Guess what the people that are on the list are going to win? 1 person, actually I'm giving 2. You're going to win 7 grams of this. I'm going to have 7 grams of this and maybe some capsules and stuff. So Friday's prize to the opportunities, 7 grams plus other things, and I'm going to give 2 of those away. Okay? So off of the list, however many people are there, we'll spin it out. We're going to come up with 2 winners on Friday. And then as we add to it, we'll get a chance to just take a 1 Grammy and run. Okay? So, Matthew's like, I'll stay on the list, Pop. You're not on the list, Matthew. Let me reread the list for everybody. Ladrand, Niffer Mama, Satter Wolf, Paige, and Derek Anderson are currently listed and ready to go. Would you guys go have a beautiful day? I love you very, very much. And I liked my lecture today. I love talking about Terence McKenna, and I really, 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 truly, truly, to the core of my being, believe that jumping is a beautiful thing. Man, my whole life I've jumped off of the edge, and I've never, ever, 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 not once, landed on anything less than a feather bed. Never. The times that I've just gone up to the edge and I've dipped my foot in, snakes come by. And then they bite your toe and you get sick. Anytime I've just been a little tiptoeer guy, I've never made it. Something came along and contaminated me. Man, if I dive, I miss everything. I'm enjoying the flight, and I land on an amazing feather bed. It's that tiptoeing around guy. He don't work over here. Go have a beautiful day. You guys, thanks for being here, and thanks for being my friend. And I hope we helped, because you guys sure helped me. Dumbbud, Matthew, and Mushmouth. There you are, Mushy. And Slingy, and I Losty, and Mushy. And King Metro, hey King. And CCS, thank you. And Ego, and Mushy. And City, there's Sid. And Alan. And Clean Grow, and I Losty, and Hank Derbs. Liddy Ladram. Jesus Christ. In Australia. Whiskey, there you are. Love you, Whiskey. I love myself some whiskey. Sling and Gutty and Justin, okay, Rosie, Jesse Osorio, Jolie, how you doing, Joe? Billy D, Holly, MVP, and Hags. Everyone go have go be an ostrich. Free the ancient ones. Jesus Christ, Sharon Sparks, have a good, beautiful day. Soldier, Holly, Dumbud, Big J. There you are, handsome. Lady K, Holly M, Max Sloan, Ladram, Mike Barry Ball. Big Al, you have a beautiful day too, my friend. Jesus Christ, I'll let him know. Mr. Phillips and Nurs and Holly and Adrian. Glad to hear it, bro. Billy Flynn, MDK, PG, Page, Mushmouth, Trevor. So later. Jesus Christ, MVP, Mike Ball. Sharon Sparky, the Sparky Sparkerton. Joopy, love you, bro. Holly and MDK and Royce riding the rolls. Jesus Christ and Adrian and Pocket full of reptiles, and Holly and Billy. Pops, peace. Diving in. See you tomorrow.